Hello and welcome back to the channel, folks. Glad you're back. Glad you're here. So, before we get started, you know what to do. If you're a regular subscriber, welcome back. Smash that like button before you leave. Drop a comment. If you're new here, welcome. Glad you could make it. Also, if you are new, why don't you take a moment, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and ring that bell so you know when the next video pops up. Okay, so for my before we get started here, I want to say again, at the time of recording this video, 102 subscribers. Oh yeah, you know what's coming, guys. Episode 1 of Moon Knight Breakdown in full Joker glory. You earned it, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. So thank you, and let's get moving. Okay, so for the keep talking segment here, as I do, there's a misconception about people with speech impediment or a stutter that somehow they're a little low intelligence. That, dare I say, a bit, I don't want to use the word, starts with an R and ends with arted, but let's not use that word. But that stutterers are kind of stupid, of low intelligence. Not true, guys. So not true. It was a study done from Psych Central on May of 2016. I'll leave a link to that down below as well. Some things we already know, that stuttering affects over 3 million people in the United States. That's about the size of the population of Nevada. This happens to be the state where I live. 1 out of every 30 children stutter. About 75% of them outgrow it. Stuttering starts off, like I said, brain moves real quick, muscles can't quite catch up, air doesn't pass through as smoothly through the larynx, blockage of air, stammering, stuttering. But another thing, remember, brain's moving really fast, so the brain's processing information at a much faster rate that the muscles can interpret the signal to create words. So, just thought this was interesting. Stutterers as a group, on average, have an IQ about 14 points higher than the national average, which is about 100. So, if you're talking to a stutterer, chances are they might be smarter than you. Just kidding. Not really. Maybe. Kind of. Who knows? But, okay, so now that that's out of the way, reason why you're all here. With the new Obi-Wan series coming out in May, and that lovely tease at the end of the Darth Vader breath screen, and an earlier video I did on Ahsoka Tano, figure, why not give a brief history on the character who really is the heart and the main story of the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, that being Anakin Skywalker. And I'm going to give you a brief little history, and then we'll talk about 2 scenes that really, one gets asked a lot of questions about, and one that's kind of misinterpreted. So, Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. I can go through everyone who's played him, going from the prequel trilogies. We have the little guy, that's Jake Lloyd, made popular by the performances of Hayden Christensen. In the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker was voiced by Matt Lanter. And then going into the original trilogy, after he transforms into Darth Vader, is voiced by James Earl Jones. And the initial guy in the Vader suit, his name was David Prowse. And later in Return of the Jedi, when they take his helmet off, that is an actor named Sebastian Shaw. Now, Anakin was born in 41 BBY. That's 41 years before the Battle of Yavin. Born on Tatooine to Shmi Skywalker. No father. Interesting. So, the way it was explained that he was born through the Force. Yes and no. He was born with the Force, because Darth Plagueis, with the assistance of Darth Sidious, were attempting to influence midichlorians to create life. Darth Plagueis was attempting to create the Chosen One as a Sith. This didn't sit well with Palpatine, and thus his machinations to become Emperor began being put into place. First time we see Anakin in The Phantom Menace, he's at age 9 when Qui-Gon Jinn and a young Queen Amidala, who was 14 at the time, meet him on Tatooine in Watto's shop. The rest we know is history. Goes through his adventures, meets Obi-Wan Kenobi, who becomes his eventual trainer after Qui-Gon is killed by Darth Maul in the Battle of Naboo. Now, that's a brief history that's a history in a nutshell. We all know what happens. Loses his fight to Obi-Wan, gets his legs cut off, and another arm cut off. His right arm, previously cut off by Count Dooku, becomes Darth Vader. And I want to focus on two things that get either misunderstood or questioned as to why he did something. First one is in Revenge of the Sith. Anakin's been sent to Mustafar to take care of the Separatists, and we have the scene where Separatists are all dead, and Anakin is looking out over the lava field, hood over him, and he has a tear rolling down his face. Now, most people think that because Anakin is feeling sad, he's feeling regret for what he's done. Previously, during the execution of Order 66, he took the 501st into the Jedi Temple and massacred the Jedi, where Anakin himself slaughtered younglings. And most people think that he's feeling regret from this, that he's sad. No. In Anakin's mind, he's completely justified as to what he's done. What that tear is anger. At this point, Anakin hates the Jedi. Absolutely hates them for what they've done to him. Anakin's big story is attachment and fear of losing that attachment. And I'll talk about more about that in the next little segment. Next thing I want to talk about. But particularly in Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin gets put on the Jedi Council as an appointee of Palpatine, but they do not grant him the rank of Master. This infuriates Anakin. Anakin has been having dreams of losing Padme, his wife that he married in secret, losing her in childbirth. Now, he's already lost his mother in the previous film. So, Anakin is afraid to lose Padme. If he's given the rank of Master, he has access to other parts of the Jedi archives for this ancient knowledge, maybe even forbidden knowledge, to save Padme. Anakin just wants an opportunity to explore that, to see if that's even possible. By denying him the rank of Master, he is unable to access that part of the archives. And this just is the final domino that really sends Anakin to his hatred of the Jedi. When he's first brought to the Jedi Council, he is rejected at 9 years old. He is reluctantly allowed to be the Padawan of Obi-Wan. The Jedi don't trust him. They think he's too powerful. They think he's too arrogant. And during the Clone Wars, when Yoda smartly gives him a Padawan, Ahsoka Tano. And during these adventures they have, there's a incident where Obi-Wan dies. That's his master. It's his big. That's his big brother. Aside from Ahsoka, that's his best friend. He later finds out that that was all a plot to infiltrate something else, and the council didn't see fit to tell Anakin the plan. This gets Anakin mad as well. What else is the Jedi Council keeping from me? At the end of season 5 of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka is framed for a bombing at the Jedi Temple, which causes some deaths. Ahsoka is captured, and high members of the Jedi Council, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Mace Windu, hate that guy, pretty much turn their back on Ahsoka and are willing to turn her over to the Republic to be executed for treason. It's Anakin that does the work to find out what's really going on and clears Ahsoka's name. And Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order, walks out of Anakin's life. They are then reunited once again, and this goes into the final thing I want to talk about. Right before the siege of Mandalore, right before Obi-Wan and Anakin have to go to the Battle of Coruscant to rescue the Chancellor, and Anakin gives back Ahsoka's lightsabers. He even fixed them up. They're good as new. Maybe a little better. We know what happens after that. Order 66, the Battle on Mustafar, and then the transformation into Darth Vader. And that final scene in the Clone Wars where Vader appears on an unknown moon where a Venator class capital ship has crashed, where it was believed that Ahsoka, Rex, and the members of the 332nd had all died. And Vader looks in the snow and pulls out one of the lightsabers that he gave to Ahsoka. As he looks up at a Morai, a Force owl, we see through the lenses, we see Anakin's eye. Vader keeps the lightsaber. And a lot of folks ask, why did he keep the lightsaber? Well, that's Ahsoka. His attachment. He's still attached to Ahsoka. He can't let go of that attachment. And the symbolism of looking through the lens and seeing his eye, Anakin is still inside there, buried beneath machinery and cybernetics and metal, but he still holds on to those he loved, which is ultimately what saves him and saves the galaxy. His love for his son, the ultimate attachment. And the rest is history. So that's a quick little synopsis of Anakin Skywalker and my thoughts on two misunderstood or questioned moments in Anakin's timeline. Now this is where I turn it over to you guys. So please, again, thank you for showing up. drop a comment down below, smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe, ring that bell, and I will see you Saturday for a Saturday short. And have a great time, guys, and I will see you then. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking, and always keep that smile on your face. Toodles!